Today we got a 2023 Chevy Bolt. That's B-O-L-T. It's the EUV. We're going to remove the front and rear door panels. Fairly simple on this car. We're going to take off the little cover here. We're going to take off a little plastic cover here, and then there's 7mm bolts here and here. We're going to pull the panel. I believe on the fronts there might be clips here, so it might be a little hard to pull these off. So we might need either like a plastic tool or something to kind of pry it forward. And then the back ones, I believe they're similar. I'm not sure if they have clips on the top, but when we get there, we'll go see and figure that out. So let me bring you in and let's get started. Okay, so we're gonna try to get in here and take this little cover off, and this cover, the cover down here as well. Be really careful in here. It's really hard to get in here. It's very, very tight. You could try to use some kind of a pick tool or something really, really thin. Try to get behind the panel. The easiest way, I think, on this one is going to be try to get right up in here on this side. If you try to go through the top, it's very, very difficult to get in there. So you want to get in here on the side and then just kind of pry it. It's got little two legs on the bottom, so you don't want to pry from the bottom and break them. And then it's got little clips right here, so it just pops that off. And then there's the 7mm bolt right inside of here. So I'm going to take that. And then next, we have a little plastic piece that we need to remove that's right in here. So you're going to take like a little screwdriver, or you could even use your pick tool. Just try to get into one of the corners in here. Just kind of lift it up. Pull it out, and then there's the 7mm bolt right there. And next, we're going to go ahead and take that 7mm out. Take that out there. So next, we're going to start to pull the door panel and unclip it from all the clips that it has. Now, sometimes you could use some kind of wedges to get in there if you just don't have the room to get your fingers in here. Usually what you want to do is just kind of slide your hand down and see if you can, like you could grab, like, it looks like I can grab anywhere around here. There's no other bolts down there. So I'm just going to try to grab it by hand and then just try to pull it just like that. We got that off there. Okay, so I kind of looked at it. This looks like it's actually hooked on. So it doesn't, I don't think it has clips. It might just slide up. Okay. Yeah, there we go. Pull it up this side first and then bring it off. It comes right off. Now I'm working in here, so I got to get this rubber piece out of here, which means I'm going to have to unsnap this and then pull this out. But I'm going to bring you around and then show you right here. There should be some kind of a cable here to pull off, and then we're going to go ahead and also disconnect the switches. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and release the cable from the lever. So what you want to do is you want to push down on the little tab here, pull out, pull the cable out, and then pull it out of the socket. Fairly simple. Next step is going to be to go ahead and pull this, the harness for the window. Just push down and wiggle it out. Okay guys, so this last little harness, you have to get a really thin screwdriver from this side here, and what you're gonna do is there's like a little tab there. You're gonna push down on the tab. I'll show you right now. And it pulls out. So it's got a little tab on this side, on the inside, not here, but inside, that you have to push down and then pull it out. So you need both your hands, and that pretty much does it for the driver's door. Okay, now to pull the window sweep, we definitely want to remove this, or at least pull this out like this, just so that we could get the sweep out like that. You don't want to pull on the middle on this one, because this sweep is really, really hard. It's not like a real soft rubber that will come right out. You might put a kink in it, so it's better you just pull back on here. You don't even have to unsnap it from right here, and then you can pull the sweep out, and then it'll be reverse order to put it back together. If we put the sweep back in, you know, put our cables back on, check to see if any of the fasteners came off. One of them came off down here. This one came off of the bottom down there, so I'm going to put that back on the door panel. And then hook it back on and then snap it back into place. And that would basically be, now be very careful here. Sometimes these little foam things fall off. Make sure that this one doesn't fall off on you, because then sometimes you might get a little bit of a rattle on the door. There's one on the other side over here. It's kind of already, looks like it's almost gonna fall off. So I'll put that on the door panel itself before I put it on there. Okay guys, so the back door is gonna be a little bit different. This part is the same, but down in here, there's actually like a little lift tab. There's a little slot in there. I'll bring you in a minute. We're gonna go ahead and pull this one off first, and then we'll go ahead and move to that. Okay, so we want to come in right here at the side, kind of just slide our tool there, and then just pop it open like that. It comes right out. And then there's a 7mm bolt right in there. I'm going to take that out. And then right here where the door handle is, you can either get like a little flat screwdriver and then just kind of try to pry up on that, just like that. You're not gonna it might want to fall back down, but you're not gonna take it all the way off. You're just gonna lift it up and leave it like that, and then take off 7mm. Take that off. It's going to be the same concept for the back. So you're going to reach around, see if you got an area where you can grab it. Down here in the bottom corner, there's like the panel's kind of overhanging. You could try to use a wedge tool and get it in there if you want to get it in there. If you can grab it, you can start trying to pull it. Just grab it with 2 hands. Give it a nice pull. Sometimes you really got to pull hard on some of these. There you go. Now the other option is you just take your wedge, find the clips, and you can pop them off. These are pretty good clips on these, so if you pull on them like that, you're not going to break them on these cars, on this car. Some of them you do. Now we want to go up, and then we're going to do the same thing here. We're going to go ahead and disconnect the cable over here. Same thing here. We're going to push down on the little tab right here. We're going to pull the cable out that way, out of this little area right here, and then we're going to pull it up and out of the socket here. Okay, so to take off this harness, there is a security tab here, a little white security tab that you have to actually kind of lift up a little bit like that, the screwdriver, and then it allows you to push the button in, and then the cable comes out. When you put it back in, it's going to snap it into place, and then you put the security tab back down. Okay, so just going to remove that, push down the tab, kind of wiggle it out, and that's that. And so the same thing goes for this window sweep. Just kind of pull this a little bit out, and then you're able to pull and get that out from over here. So when you put it back in, make sure you tuck it underneath there, pull this out a little bit, and then put it back in. And this would be if you're going to tint the windows, you want to get under that sweep. On the reverse order, check to make sure none of your clips fell off. Make sure that these little foam pieces are back on there if they're on the floor or something. Sometimes they'll fall off. You can put them on the actual door panel. They usually go right here and right here on these little big thick pointy pieces of plastic. That pretty much does it, guys. That's removing the front and rear door panels on a 2023 Chevy Bolt EUV, and the passenger side should be the same. I don't think they're any different. They look similar. If something does pop up, I'll definitely put it in the video, but they're usually the same on this car. Anyways, thanks for watching.